Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Mr. 707 here to do another video. This time, I want to touch on how much money I'm saving from not smoking cigarettes and not drinking alcohol anymore. So we're gonna come up with a number about how much I would spend um, every day on cigarettes and alcohol, and we'll add it up and just simple math, and you'll be surprised that it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Um, but if you don't know, I quit smoking. I got about 2 weeks from cigarettes. From the last time I had my last cigarette, it's been a little over 2 weeks. Sometimes I'm still dealing with cravings here and there. It's not it's not like a such a big deal. It's just the times that you used to smoke a cigarette and you think about, well, I used to smoke a cigarette after I had a meal, or at this time at work, or whatever. So it's just getting used to the times that you would want to have a cigarette the most. You just you just don't even think about it. Like I said, like break times at work, or driving to and from work, after a meal, or just times like that is when I think about it the most. But it's not like nagging me so much to where it's like, oh man, I gotta have a cigarette. Um, so I just try to ride it out, not think about it. Try to occupy my time with something else. I used to like to drink coffee in the morning and smoke a cigarette. That was like my first thing that I did every morning. It kept me regular, you know, and that was just like one of my pastime, coffee and cigarette. So I don't trip off of it no more. I just gotta let it go. It's still early in the game, so I don't want to get too cocky about it. So, but yeah, I haven't had a cigarette in about 2 weeks. I bought my last pack about 3 weeks ago. Um, so um, I kind of had like a few cigarettes, kind of stretched it out for like almost a week or whatever. But I'm not the type of person. If I have a pack, I'm I'm like weird. I won't throw a pack away. I'll finish what I have, and then I'll quit after that. But I'm not throwing it away for some reason. I don't have that type of willpower. I've done it before, and I was like, what the hell did I just do? But no, I've actually finished the pack that I bought, and then I said that was my last cigarette. So I'm gonna go with that direction. Plus, we've been a year uh, sober from alcohol. The 21st was my anniversary from the last day I actually had a drink. So I guess the 22nd would be a full year sober. 22nd of January. So today is the 28th or something like that. So a year and about a week sober, which is going good for me. And as you can imagine, if you if I was the type of person that drank just about every day, whether it be a beer, some shots, or whatever, smoked every day. So how much does that cost me on a daily basis? And then we're gonna break it down to a weekly basis, and then month and the year, um, so on and so forth. So I want to say a good whole number on the average daily would be about $20 to $25 a day on cigarettes and drinking. Now, I say average because obviously some days you maybe didn't drink, or you drank less, but some days you drank more. Um, we're gonna say a pack of cigarettes is anywhere from $8 to $10. I've paid as much as almost $15 for a pack of cigarettes in certain areas, and when you need them, you need them. You're gonna pay it. So, in certain areas with the local tax and things like that, a pack of cigarettes is about $15 an hour where I live at. Even in Vegas, I think they're somewhere about um, $20 or more. Get my calculator going here. So let's say a pack of cigarettes. costs, let's say $10. Let's average it out to $10. And then let's say, okay, you spent about, on the average, $15 a day on alcohol. Some days, it could be actually a little more. But let's say on the average, we're averaging it out here. So that, let's say a nice whole number would be $25 a day. Okay. $25 a day times 7, which is a week. That'd be $175 a week on alcohol and cigarettes. You figure I smoked about a pack a day. Some days I might have got 2 days out of a pack. But I'm gonna say about a pack a day. So on the cigarettes alone, that's $70. So yeah, alcohol and cigarettes, $175 a week. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. Even if it was $100, that's a lot of money. Okay, let's times that by 4. 175 times 4. That's $175 a week times, let's say 4 weeks in a month. Actually, it's probably a little bit more than 4 weeks, because 7 times 4 is 28. So you got 31 day months. So, but I got $700. That can't be right. No way I spent. I mean, I guess that's plausible though. $700 a month, even if it was 300 or 400 or 200, that's a lot of money. But from what the number I have at $25 a day, cigarettes and alcohol is $175 a week and $700 a month. That's disgusting. To kill yourself. I'm sorry to say it, but that's the cold truth. Times 12, 700 times 12, $8,400 a year. Whew, that is a lot of money. They could buy a pretty decent car for that, or $700 a month. You can finance a Hellcat, $700 a month. That's a portion of your rent or your mortgage gone every month, pissed out and blew through your lungs. That sounds absolutely ridiculous to me. Yeah. So imagine $8,400. Imagine 10 years of doing that. $8,400, just $84,000 in a 10-year stretch. And time goes by fast. Now imagine people that smoke 2 packs a day, or they drink a case of beer every day instead of a 6-pack, or it's mind boggling. It is absolutely mind boggling. And for any time that I had any money issues, or I was short on paying this bill, and you could absolutely say, if I didn't smoke cigarettes and alcohol, I probably wouldn't have had that money issue. Because I've had times to where, bills were due, or you had some surprises, and your money gets wiped out for the pay period because you might have had some unforeseen expense or whatever, and whatever happens, you can end up spending more money than your budget allows for, or whatever. It's just, things could happen. And then well, I got this credit card. How easy is it to go buy a pack of cigarettes, or a 6-pack of beer, or a bottle of alcohol with a credit card? Now you're financing your habit. So now that $175 a week could be, by the time you pay interest, or that $700 a month, by the time you pay interest on it, it could be $750 a month, or whatever. So I look at it like that. Like, I'm saving a lot of money by not smoking and drinking. Not only that is the um, health consequences that come with smoking and drinking, legal consequences that come with drinking, maybe possibly getting a DUI. A lot of people have DUIs out here. Um, relationship problems that it causes, um, problems with your job, losing friends if you have an alcohol problem. It's all, man. To me, it's like up. This is a win-win situation for me. So for anybody that enjoys alcohol, they try to make you feel bad because you don't drink or because they get to live up and party up. And I'm like, man, I'm saving so much money and I'm saving my health. I'm like, you can do what you want to do, but hey, I don't want to drink. I don't want to smoke. I'm better off not drinking and not smoking because I'm just the money alone that I'm saving myself. That can go into buying a down payment on a house. That could go to fix my credit or anybody. If I don't want to hear nothing about anybody, if you're homeless, you have no business smoking or drinking because that is like the type of money that people spend on that is just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Or drugs or anything. It's like that's the first thing you need to do to help your situation is give up those vices. And I know it's easier said than done, but it's worth a shot. It definitely is. So anybody that complaining about like I said something about like people complain about that they can't get their teeth fixed or their car fixed. But if you smoke and you drink or do any other type of substance, it's like well, you got to look at the math on how much you spend on that and how much versus how much it's going to cost to get your car fixed or how much is it going to cost to get your tooth fixed. How much are you spending money on that, on those vices as opposed to taking care of your physical health, your vehicle, your the ability to make money, to get back and forth to work, to pay your ticket or whatever. If you can't complain about the the cost of living and being short on anything if you smoke and drink, because if you really tallied up the numbers, it's a lot of money on a weekly, a daily, and a yearly, monthly basis. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. So it's a lot of time involved. Time is money. If you're drunk, you can't go after uh overtime at work, or you can't drive on the side on the because you're intoxicated, or you can't do this and that, or your ability to make more income is hindered from the fact that you're inebriated, or so it's all about priorities. It is all about absolutely about priorities. My mother used to tell me this back in the day, and I just but now as I get older, I was like, she made so much sense. She made so much sense. You know, it's like the type of money we spend, and if you smoke weed on top of drinking alcohol and smoking cigarettes, if you throw weed on top of that, you are spending a lot of money unless you're growing your own weed, which a lot of people don't know how to do. The majority of people cannot grow weed. Okay, so I mean, then we'll factor in the fact that if you can't pass a drug test, get certain jobs, that's slowing down your money. It's the priority. And if life is not about money to you, okay, cool. But at the end of the day, you cannot complain about the cost of living. You can complain about the cost of living, but at the same time, if you're spending upwards of $500 a month on your vices, then start with that first. Start with that first. And then attack other issues about how to live in an area like where I live, where the cost of living is high. It is very high. So if you smoke and you drink, it makes it even worse. And so to me, it only made sense just to get this stuff up, and hopefully, me vlogging about it to keep me away, because I can look back and say, hey, well, you know, and hopefully this helps somebody else. I want to start a movement like, 2020. Let's give up these vices, you know, and that could be with anything. Like I try not to go to Starbucks as much. I try to make my coffee at home. I can make some pretty good coffee at home. Um, try to eat less fast food. Try to not waste as much gas. Gas, I just filled up my car the other day. It was $72. So I don't, I just try to minimize the waste. I don't buy as many clothes and shoes. I just try to take care of my stuff. You know, um, you know, taking care of your vehicle. Make sure you're getting your oil changes and your fluid service, your tires, your brakes. You know, not wasting money and neglecting your stuff is the way we should be going in life. And trying to save money and having a putting a real value on your work. It's like throwing away your hard-earned money on smoking and drinking, and to me it's just foolish. And a lot of people won't see it that way. But to me, I've been through that, and I've been through the hard times of coming up short and late on bills, and I don't want to go through that. Credit card debt, and you know living a little bit outside of my means, and you know smoking and drinking contributes to all that. To For me, the behavior of just you know the behavior of being a little wasteful. Um so that's all I want to say. I've ranted longer than I usually would like to, but yeah, think about the math of how much we spend on these things, and how much it could impact you later down the road, not only your health but your financial health. you know All right, Mr. 707 out.